Okay, so I have gotten a number of assignments turned in for this particular assignment, the Plate Tectonics Gizmo, with a lot of the pictures that are required missing from the assignment. And I'm thinking maybe you're having some trouble getting those pictures into the document. So I wanted to take a couple of minutes to help you do that. So you need to open up the worksheet. So we'll do that first. Here we are. And we also need to open up the Gizmo itself. So click on that, click go, and it loads. Now, you'll notice on here, there are a number of different things that you can do. You can see the boundary name. This is a transform boundary. If we go to B, that's a convergent boundary, collisional. Boundary C, subduction boundary, and then boundary D is a divergent boundary. And so throughout this activity, you are going to be looking at all of these different boundaries. So for boundary A, the transform boundary, if we go back to the worksheet, scroll down to, so it says boundary A is transformed. The arrows below boundary A label will move the plates. Click the left arrow once to see how the plates move. So if we do that, we're going to click the left arrow once to see how the plates move. So you can see there's a little bit of movement there. And if you click on the other side, you can see movement as well. Okay, so what it's asking you to do is draw a bird's eye view of what that looked like before and after the plate movement. Draw an arrow to show the way the plate moved. Now, if we go back to this, this is what I would suggest to you. There are several different things that you can do to get these pictures in here by just using the, rather than having to draw them yourself, you can just do a couple of things. So if you go here to Tools, you'll notice there's a camera here that allows you to take a screenshot. So it's processing that, and there's the picture. So this is what the boundary would look like afterwards, okay? And so you could take this and you could add it. All you have to do, right-click on the image to copy or download it. Copy the image. You could go to the worksheet, go back to it. This is after movement, so we'll have to go back for a second. Let me tab over. I'm going to add this in. It's going to be really big, so I want to resize that. Okay. So this is one way we can do this. It's way bigger than I thought it would be. Okay, so now we're getting to about the size we want this to be. All right, so that's after movement. And if we want to get the before movement one in, we can just click back until, whoops, I don't want that. Close that out. So if I want to get this to go back to where it was at, you can see really what you're looking for. This is before movement, these two green blocks right here. So you can use your screenshot to do that, but I want to show you a really easy way to do that. And if you're using a PC, you're going to just go to your start menu, and you should have this snipping tool available to you. And if it's not available, if you go down to your search and type in snipping tool, it's on your PC, I promise you. So click on that, and this little thing pops up, and you can see this little plus sign. You can take a picture like this, edit, copy, go back to the document. I'm going to get rid of this one. Okay, so before movement, I got to get back here, Control V, and again, you probably want to make this a little bit smaller. So you can grab it by the corner and shrink it up. Make it a little bit smaller yet. And then go back. And now click on the buttons. And what you can see is that there is movement. They just slide past each other. So that's going to be our after picture. You can either just delete that or click on New and then do the same thing. And you can do Command Control C to copy, and then you're going to go back to your worksheet, Control V to paste, and we want this smaller, so we need to shrink that down as well, like we did the other one. And there you have both your pictures. Okay, now the next thing it says, turn on show location. Where on earth can you find this boundary? So it says you can refer to a world map or an atlas for location names, but going back to the Gizmo, if you go here on this box, show locations, here it shows you. So on that first part, it's asking, where are these places? So you could say in the Caribbean, in the Antarctic Ocean, and all of these different places you can identify. And then this next part of this, it asks you to highlight these locations on the map below. An easier way to do that is if you just delete this map. So just click on it, delete it. Now go back to your Gizmo and use that snipping tool again. Click New. And don't worry about that little information. It will not show up in your picture, but you can just drag it out of the way too. You can just highlight this. You can either edit, copy, or you can do the Command C. I'm not going to save it. And then we're going to go back here, Control V, make it a little bit bigger. And there's that same map that was there, but now the highlights are in it. So that would be the easiest way to do that. And so what you guys are going to do is you're going to go through and you're going to have to do the convergent collision boundary. So you're going to go to boundary B, and then you are going to push these two arrows. So you want to take a picture beforehand. So go to your snipping tool. For a Mac, I believe the command is Command Shift 4, or you can look for the grab function on a MacBook. So you're going to take a picture of this, snipping tool. You can copy that, Control C. Go back to your worksheet, before movement, and again, shrink it down a little bit. Well, maybe not quite that small. That was not good. Let me see if I can fix that. Okay, so didn't want it quite that small. All right, and then you can click on the arrow and you can see what's happening is the plates are moving toward each other, and as they're doing that, they are creating this mountain range. So you're going to click that, snipping tool, new, and do the same thing. Okay. Command C, go back, B, and I'm going to make that smaller, a little bit smaller. Maybe I could get these both on the same line. That would be good. Well, all right. Well, let me see what I can do to get these to be both on the same line. I'm not going to play around with that. You can mess around with that a little bit. You should be able to get them to be both on the same line, or not. So anyway, there they both are. I try one other thing really fast. It's not allowing me to do that. So anyway, then you're going to go down here. Where are these places on the map? So if you go back to the show locations, now you can see that this goes all the way through from the northern coast of Africa through the Mediterranean and into Asia. And so you can just copy that highlighted portion. We're going to do new, highlight, Control C, to the worksheet. Whoop. Wrong worksheet, sorry. And again, I would just delete this one and then copy in this one, paste it in, Control V, and then maybe make it a little bit bigger. Okay. All right, so that's how you add those pictures to your worksheet. So hopefully those of you, if you've done it and haven't scored very well on it, you can go back and add those pictures and resubmit and improve your score tremendously.